The story is crazy.
Viral rapper Lil Tay has reportedly died at the age of 14 along with her little brother. The social media star, real name Claire Hope, rose to prominence as a YouTuber, rapper, and internet personality back in 2018 due to her explicit rap songs, which found her boasting about wealth and dropping numerous curse words at the young age of 9. In a statement on Wednesday, August 9, Tay's family announced her sudden passing as well as her younger brother. They said, "It's with heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing." A post on Lil Tay's Instagram page read, "This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother passing adds even a more imaginable depth of our grief." The statement continued, "Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her."
Welcome to another video, my free thinkers. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wicked Wednesdays, and it's attributed to Lil Tay. And not just Lil Tay, but reality TV shows and award shows. It seems like whenever anyone goes viral, or they want more attention, or they want more views, or they want a higher percentage of viewers, as far as broadcasting and TV networks go, they tend to go wretched. They tend to go wicked and more sexual or more vulgar. And stay tuned to see what happens to Lil Tay, as well as to find out what networks and award shows have taken this turn, and why, as I do a psychological analysis to why when people go viral or going viral makes people wicked.
There is an old phrase, something's rotten in Denmark.
And we're not in Denmark.
We're not in Denmark,
but it's
but
still
something
rotten.
happened in the U.S. We're going to tell you a story
Actually,
about somebody.
U.S. and Canada.
Fair.
Yeah.
Somebody who was widely reported yesterday, was dead. We're talking a 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out that person is alive.
Okay, this story is definitely a crazy one.
Lil Tay. Lil Tay, a social media influencer who if you've been around this long, you'll remember was huge on social media about, 5 years ago. And then she kind of disappeared. Well, yesterday, some tragic news was reported on her social media, on her Instagram account, which, by the way, hadn't been used.
It was
in
dormant
about
for 5 years.
You guys know when this story first dropped, I was a little like, I don't know. Let me sit back, as I always do, and see if this is really for real, or is this some type of prank? And why would you pull this type of prank? But I'll go more into that. Take a look at this.
A post went up saying that they regretted to say that Lil Tay, as well as her older brother, had passed away, that they were deceased, and that they were found. What we were hearing is that they were found at their home.
In the home. And so we jumped on this. There was something about it.
When you say we jumped on it, we started making
working
phone
on
calls,
it.
right?
And there was something about it that just didn't feel right.
Exactly. That's what I was saying the whole time, right? It just didn't feel right. So if you're enjoying the show, the video, the content, getting any value, like, share, and subscribe. I can't say how much gratitude I'm filled with the response of this channel so far. That's why we're doing shows every day for you. You'll find out later what exactly happened, and I'll explain why I feel it did happen. But first, in other news, because y'all know I'm going to go to bat for y'all all day, every day, because I am determined and dedicated to bringing you other stories and other news around the world and in our country, as well as celebrity news, of course. But as I said, I'm going to bat for you all day, every day, because I appreciate you so much. I've gotten so many subscribers in such a short time and so many views that I can't help but, you know, show my gratitude by going to bat for y'all being in your corner, having your back. And it seems like someone else has someone else's back and going to bat for them as well. And this individual is upset because Lizzo has been dropped from the Super Bowl. And I'm not surprised due to her sexual harassment allegations. She still hasn't come out, and me following that story, I wanted to cover because she still hasn't come out and said that she hasn't done anything. She hasn't participated in these harassments. These words haven't come out of her mouth, and fat shaming. Like, how hypocritical. And I don't think that this man that's trying to defend her or go to bat for her, so to speak, unlike me going to bat for you, it's a cause behind it. There's no cause behind this because the Super Bowl is known for not letting Black women, in my opinion, once they've had some issues like Janet, who is one of my biggest and favorite entertainers, they're not going to let her back onto the platform of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is way too big, and they don't want to risk it. Plus, with her brand, she's definitely going to be booty shaking and showing her body off. They don't want that on the Super Bowl, and they're not going to have it. Also, hip hop turns 50 years old, the Big 5-0, starting their golden years of hip hop. I grew up listening to hip hop, so I have to give recognition and say happy birthday or happy anniversary to hip hop turning 50 years old. In other news, though, across the seas over there in Maui, Hawaii, people still aren't getting the assistance I believe they should be getting. And it's unfortunate because a lot of money has gone overseas to Ukraine, and so has a lot of military help. But look at what President Biden decides to do firsthand for the U.S. civilians in Hawaii.
FEMA also authorized one-time payments of $700 per household to folks who have been displaced so they can do the immediate things of just taking care of medications and prescriptions that they so badly need.
That's it, $700. So I'm going to let y'all think about that. And food is very expensive in Hawaii, so I doubt that even lasts.
That just didn't sit right.
Right.
And we were thinking, is
We
she
couldn't tell
really
what it
dead?
was, though. We couldn't tell what it was. And then we got word this morning.
24 hours after this all happened.
And that is what adds to the mystery here. But yes, 24 hours later, we just broke this story just a couple of hours ago. And
Lil Tay's not dead.
Yeah, Lil Tay is very much alive. And now what we're trying to figure out is
What happened?
what happened in the last 24 hours.
I was right with them on this, and definitely had to think and meditate and go into my higher consciousness and awareness on this and really think about it, my crystal ball, if you will. And it just seemed like a prank. You know, it just seemed like a prank. But why? Here we have DailyMail.com. Just today, yesterday actually, Tuesday, August 15th, says that was Lil Tay's death all a prank? Is this the reason why she did this? Her real name is Claire Hope. Her and her brother staged this. Rapper 14 sees her Instagram followers grow by 300,000 since fake announcement as ex-manager suggests hoax was a stunt to rekindle her fame since she had been gone for about 5 years, kind of just died off, and no pun intended. Excuse me for saying it that way. But it seems like this is all a hoax and a prank to get her back up and viral. And it all serves my reasoning for why I created this video, because going viral makes people wicked and do wicked things. Who would do something like this? Who would stage such a prank? But before this, people were staging pranks in front of their parents or in front of other people, telling them, did you hear that such and such died, or this celebrity passed, or this person is unalived, or this? Just horrible, horrible prank. I couldn't say anything more than this. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy it took this long. Both Lil Tay and her brother, we should say, are safe and alive, because that statement had said that he had died too. What she claims is that her Instagram account was hacked. And she said, look, all day yesterday I was answering calls from family and friends who were heartbroken, thinking that I was dead. I'm very much alive. Now, she says the account was hacked. She's worked with Meta. She's gotten her account back, and says that she will give kind of the full details in the near future, which, if you kind of know the internet celebrity, social media celebrity kind of playbook, that's what they do. They launch a teaser, and then they launch a confessional video or something like that, where they will kind of tell the full story. Now, that's what this feels like. Of course, there are a lot of questions to be answered until we get there, but good news is she's safe and happy and alive. Bad news is there's still a lot to be answered.
Yeah.
Definitely. So many more questions to be answered. Not just why, but how. Because I know other people had to be involved. 24 hours later, no one else is coming forth and saying this. When people are calling in, chiming in, crying, and things of that nature, and you're keeping this charade up, there's some mental issues here. And maybe even a dysfunctional family, but I'll get more into that later.
Also, just to kind of pick up on what you just said, Brad, that she is going to be talking about this in more detail in the future. The big question is, she knew, and her family knew, that there were reports all over the world that she had died.
She knew
and
that,
yet
yeah.
there was radio silence for 24
here's
hours.
the thing. But even more than that, Harvey, she, in this statement that we got, she says she knew that her account had been hacked. She knew what the report was that was going on. She said that she was getting phone calls from loved ones all day who were in tears, thinking that she was dead. So she was aware of all that.
Yet never came out and said, I'm alive, I'm okay. The family didn't come out and say it. Reps didn't come out and say it. Radio silence for 24 hours as more and more outlets started saying Lil Tay is dead. Kind of odd.
Kind of odd. I don't think it's kind of odd at all. I think all of them are in on it. And it's all a prank. It's all a scheme. It's all to get her back into the limelight, which it has done. TMZ has helped with that. They're good at that. But this is just the root of wickedness. Other channels like Zeus, who used to be a very gospel channel, Ratchet TV now, nothing but fights. Reality TV, nothing but fights. The Essence Awards, India Arie is being threatened to be canceled because she called out Janae Monáe and Megan Thee Stallion for being all risque and bringing down the value of what she thought the Essence Awards held up and honored. And all these people are being swayed and turned into this wickedness, in my opinion. And Janae Monáe didn't actually come out the way she is now, but she's evolved. And this is just Hollywood. This is just going viral. This is just broadcasting corporations and TV. They see that in order to get views, in order to get comments, in order to get likes, that they've just drained and squeezed out all of the substance, all of the education, anything that matters, and just gives you fights, give you wretched TV, give you distractions to keep you distracted on what's really going on here in Maui, Hawaii, overseas, in Ukraine, in Russia, in Africa, in Niger, and France. It's all a distraction, and it's a mental illness, I think, that either comes into play or is already in play. This is narcissism. personality disorder. You would fake your own death. Who does this? But we're in this type of society where it's sensationalized now. I've done a story on hate crime hoax, done a story on a kidnapping, abduction hoax, and now this story and many others about getting likes and being wicked and how it turns you wicked and make you do horrible things. It's this guy in the UK on TikTok that's famous, and I don't know if you know about him, but he goes and videotapes himself, records himself breaking into people's houses, and records himself intimidating, challenging, threatening even bystanders, innocent civilians, mainly women, in the UK. And all of this is getting publicity and likes, and it's being encouraged because our society is encouraging this nonsense, this wretchedness, this violence, this intimidation, this aggressive behavior for likes. I remember back in the day when this was just starting up and it wasn't even as big as it was, people were getting haircuts and then running out with the phone. Or people were going to Home Depot and using the actual bathrooms. Disgusting. This is a disgusting display of human behavior, and it needs to be something done about it, but the root of it is social media. And when people go viral, it turns them wicked. I think it turns them wicked. I want to hear what you think about Maui and Hawaii giving $700 from Biden. What is that going to do when you're giving millions, even I've heard up to $1 billion, don't quote me on that, to Ukraine and giving them great military assistance? What do you think about Lizzo being dropped from the Super Bowl? I personally think it's appropriate. She should be. Let me know your thoughts about those two issues in the comments, and mainly about this issue with this family, this dysfunctional family, I think, because they all are in on it. Little Tay and the whole charade to get likes. You're gonna lie about your death, and they're investigating that because that's illegal. You know, especially if you owe money, you know, and most of us will probably go owing money or some type of debt if we're not, you know, careful and leave that on to our children or our loved ones. So let me know if you think to go viral, do you have to be wicked? Do you have to go wicked? Do you have to get wretched and crazy and do horrible pranks? Or can you just educate and empower and motivate and support and empathize and show compassion and teach treatments and therapies that can encourage and empower and really help people and change the world, change society, instead of adding to chaos? Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe, because I really appreciate everything that's been happening for this channel and my ability to now come to you every day, Monday through Friday. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my other videos. Godspeed and be well.